What's up, everybody? Hey, when building your college list, there are two things that most families don't focus on, and I'm going to explain to you why it's so important that you do focus on these two things, because if not, it can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in college costs. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Josh Smith here with the Grade Above College Planning. So when you or your student is out there or building your list, your college list of candidate schools, there's a lot of things that students take into consideration. Choice of major, location of the college or the campus, classroom size, how big it is or how small it is, public versus private. And cost, a lot of times, is a big factor for many families. Regardless of how much money you have, cost is always an important factor when deciding or determining a specific university, which is why so many families want financial aid and scholarships. The two things that I come across that many families tend not to focus on or pay much attention to are, one, graduation rates, and two, true projected costs. So let's talk first about the true projected cost of a specific university. Now, if a college is, let's say, $25,000 a year, it's $25,000 a year, a lot of families don't really think that, when it comes to budgeting, that they have to pay for a minimum of $100,000 for this particular university. It's almost like buying a new car every single year. Now, when you go shopping for a car, you go, I can afford a $25,000 or $30,000 car, so the average price for a car, but can I buy that car every single year? And a lot of times, if it's $25,000 in year one, it's going to be more expensive in years 2, years 3, years 4, and all the years to come after. So the true projected cost that I think families don't really realize that hits really close to home when it comes to the second year, the third year in college, and we have other children, is the projected cost and the aggregate cost over the years to come, and how things can accumulate that many families don't focus on. In fact, most families underestimate what they're really going to pay when it's all said and done. Many families don't realize that they're going to pay anywhere between $100,000 to maybe $200,000 for a 4-year degree. Have to put some time and energy, focus on that specific number when you're doing your college planning for the years to come. How likely is a school going to keep their tuition and their fees level? Is this school normally known for raising their costs, and at what percentage? Is it 3%? Is it 5% every year? You want to get an idea that this school is going to have stabilize their costs from your student's freshman year through their senior year of graduation. Is the tuition going to be locked and or guaranteed? Another thing you want to consider is the likelihood of your scholarship. If you receive a scholarship, the chances of it being renewable. Sometimes you may get a great financial aid package, or you may get scholarships, but they may not be renewable, or the requirements that it takes to renew that scholarship. Just so you're not caught off guard. If you get a $10,000 scholarship in year one and then you don't see that scholarship in year two, that's a big difference. You just got a $10,000 pay cut. So you want to make sure that you understand some of those things before you apply, and the likelihood that you have consistency from start to finish throughout your student's college journey. So the first thing that we talked about when it comes to what you should focus and pay attention to is graduation rates. Now, more and more students are taking more than 4 years to graduate with a 4-year degree. So more students are graduating in more like 5 and often 6 years or more. And depending on the university, some schools are still really strong at getting kids to be able to graduate within 4 years. And others, maybe more like 5 or 6 years. So when it comes to school selection and you're building your students list, just keep in mind the type of students that are be attracted to certain universities. If it's a very selective and prestigious university and it's probably pretty expensive, usually those students are going in to graduate on time to finish so they can get onto their career. What a lot of families don't understand is that if your student is, if you saved money for 4 years, chances are, depending on where they go to school, they're going to take at least 6 years to graduate, and the 5th and 6th year are the most expensive years of college. So before your student applies, and as you build your list once again, you want to get an idea of the graduation rates. What is the likelihood that the student, is going to graduate within, 4 or maybe 5 years? Some colleges have a 30% or 40% graduation rate in 4 years, and some colleges have a 70 or 80% graduation rate in 4 years, as well as some colleges have a 40% grad rate in 6 years. So there's nothing worse than paying 3 years or 4 years of college only for your student to decide that they don't want to finish. They just don't want to graduate. Either you have mountains of student loans and debt, or you used, liquidated assets or had your cash going to a place that it didn't really pay off. It didn't matter. So make sure you do your proper planning and the research that's necessary to offset some of these potential financial landmines. But these are two things that many families overlook or underestimate that can come around and bite you in your rear end when it's all said and done. So hopefully this information was helpful. What you don't know can definitely cost you, and it usually does. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to comment below or reply to this email or this video with any questions that you may have. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Be on the lookout for some more information to come. My name is Josh Smith with The Great Above College Planning. Thank you much for checking us out, and we'll talk to you all soon. Make it a great day.